Man and woman, different yet complementary, living together in love and respect for all of God's creatures. The Creator made human beings in two forms, as man and as woman. They complement one another and are interwoven, with masculine elements within the woman and feminine elements within the man. These are expressed to a greater or lesser degree, like gears that mesh together and enable a vehicle to move forward. The qualities of man and woman intertwine, and life flows. Where one is weak, the other helps, and vice versa, complementing one another wonderfully. Each person's potential is enhanced by the other. This unfolds particularly where people meet and treat one another as equals, with love and respect for the mystery of the other. When one does not dominate or bully the other. When they cooperate and allow themselves to be helped. Yes, sometimes it is also a matter of holding back, especially if one has a strong or dominant personality, in order to give the other space to flourish. For therein lies a deep joy that has a positive effect on ourselves. If the other person is happy and content with themselves, they can also make me happy and content more easily. Even from a simple human logic, it is worth striving for the other person's well-being. When the other person is doing well, one's own happiness often grows too. Dissatisfaction, on the other hand, easily leads to complaints, distance, and hurt feelings. But this alone is not enough. Through the other person, the forces of good may be speaking to me. My heart tells me if this is the case. Sometimes truth speaks through the person beside me, even when I do not wish to hear it at first. In the other person, I may recognize my own shadow sides, the things I myself must work through and heal. The other person thus becomes a mirror, and sometimes a teacher. Yet we should never try to become a copy of the other. Then the cogs no longer mesh and things start to grind. Diversity is not a flaw in creation, but its richness. Every person carries unique gifts, abilities, and colors within them. If these are suppressed, the world loses a part of its beauty. If both are weak, suddenly both are stuck in the cellar and no one brings them out. But if one has light at that moment, they can share it with the other. Today I carry you, tomorrow you carry me. This is how people grow together. Together, we form a wonderful unity in all our diversity. A sacred bond stretches around us. Sometimes we are closer, sometimes further apart. Sometimes the sun shines, sometimes clouds gather. Before we scratch each other's eyes out. However, let us rather keep our distance until the clouds have cleared. For some conflicts do not need winners, but time, understanding, and love. Thus the family is a sacred community that enjoys special protection. It is one of the great gifts of creation, a space in which new life, security, and development can flourish. In this, the woman holds a special place. For within her, new life can grow, a mystery that transcends our imagination, awe and wonder at the miracle of life, which we cannot put into words. Through this role as a mother, creation has endowed the woman with a particularly strong sense of responsibility for the life entrusted to her, especially when it comes to handling money. Jesus treated women with great dignity and esteem. The equality of all people was a matter close to his heart. At a time when women were often oppressed or held in lower regard, he treated them with respect and love. This went against the prevailing social order of the time, but not against the deeper spirit of love. Among his companions and disciples were also women, who are often later pushed into the background. Yet in many traditions they appear as faithful companions, supporters, and bearers of important messages. Perhaps this reminds us of something simple yet profound. The purpose of our togetherness is not domination, but love. Not superiority, but complementarity. Not egalitarianism, but unity in diversity. Jesus does not treat people according to gender, origin, past, or rank. He sees the soul first. In the Gospel of the Holy 12, human beings appear as sons or daughters of God, sustained by the same divine source. Not domination, but love. Not hierarchy, but connectedness seems to be the true order.